remove costly errors, prevent costly errors, improve systems, improve communication with employees, and reduce costs. Hi, I am creating this video for those of you that need help getting started with ease. How to eliminate piles of paperwork, reduce costly errors, and streamline communication with your employees. There's a domino effect that happens or can happen if an employee is not receiving information in a timely manner. They cannot complete their enrollment application in a timely manner. Or if me as the broker is not getting information as quickly as possible, I can't get it to the insurance company in a timely manner. And it delays the ID cards, it delays the enrollment process. Or if an employee is filling out their forms and they are writing it with their handwriting that's perhaps not the best. It can be difficult for me to read or the health insurance carrier to read, and leads to more errors. Also, the HR person may be forgetting to include one of the forms, or a form may be lost. A system like this prevents those errors and redundancies and delays. And today we are going to go over ease. Ease is probably the most popular system of employee management for groups under 100 employees. And we are going to get into how to add an employee, add a new hire, enroll an employee, access forms, and access general employee information. We really strive to make sure that all of our employers completely have support surrounding any services that we are recommending for them. And Ease is a platform where employers can administer their employee benefits. It's in particular for employers that are less than 100 employees in most cases. The idea is that you are eliminating double entry. Prior to Ease, an employee would receive your new hire packet, which usually includes 3 to 4 insurance forms. Within Ease, if you and the employee are entering information into Ease, that information gets transcribed onto the applications for the employee. So they're not having to rewrite their name and their address over and over and over and over again. It gets very redundant. So we are eliminating that double entry for you and the employee in this process. Also, you have access to Ease, in which you'll be able to see any of the enrollment forms, benefit summaries, and even blank enrollment applications, as well as rates, just within a few clicks. A place to store your benefits information and new hire data and employee information and plan selections. Once an employee completes all their plan selections, you'll be able to see their payroll deductions, and we can run payroll reduction reports, which can be company specific. It can be specific based off of just one employee, and you can get an enrollment summary to give to the employee to show them their elections as well as their deductions. There's also benefit compensation documents that you can give to the employee where they get a total view of their compensation. So that'll include their salary or hourly wage, as well as all of the benefit contributions that you are making as an employer, to really capture exactly what the employee's compensation is. A lot of times an employee thinks, oh, I make $50,000 a year. However, they're not taking into account all the money that you as the employer are spending on medical, dental, vision, life insurance, and so on. Just like any system, it's garbage in, garbage out with Ease. So if you are not maintaining the Ease system, it's not going to be accurate. And the information that is getting fed over to the insurance companies and given to your broker, such as myself, is then not accurate. And because we are not in-house, because we don't know when you're hiring and firing people, the very best person to enter in new employee information is going to be the HR person. And also in regards to terminations. Terminations and new hires are extremely sensitive times for the employer. You want to make sure that it is completed, those processes are completed accurately and within a timely manner. The fastest way to get those done is for you to go in and enter new hire information as soon as you can, as well as termination dates as soon as you can. It eliminates time delays between your broker and your insurance company and the communications that have to go out to the employee. So today we are going to go over extreme basics within ease and talk about how to add an employee. For those of you that are brand new to ease, or maybe you've had ease for a while and you just got a new hire and you simply forgot what to do. So this is just going to be a simple walkthrough on exactly what it's going to look like and how to add an employee, how to send the employee their login information, and what it looks like when the employee receives that log information, how the employee is going to enroll in benefits, and what you can do if the employee is not available for signature or if they aren't able to access it online. Also, what it's going to look like when it's all done and how you can get accurate deductions for payroll. First step is this first page. This is the administrator's view. This is the demo account, so your company name will be up here on the top. Now we're going to go over the company overview under details. You'll see all of your company information here. Please feel free to update and add all of this information. We need the tax ID if it's not already loaded in there. It probably is, but if it's not, please update that. Security access, you may see your name, any other administrators that have access to this account, maybe an HR assistant or administrator may be here. You'll see multiple locations. If you have multiple locations listed here, it may be different benefits offered to other employees that are in different states, so that's super important. Departments can be important, divisions can be important, but most of the time it's job classes or job titles that are the most important in addition to locations. You may have different benefits for life insurance. Perhaps you have a higher amount of life insurance for executives and then a separate class for all others. So those sorts of things are listed here. Most likely we've already filled that out for you, but just to give you a little bit of an overview of where information is located. Now we have this page. It's a demo site, so there's only 2 entered here. So if I have a new hire and these are my employees, I'm going to go ahead and go to this blue button, Actions, and click Add Employee. So I am going to enter XYZ employee, and I'm going to fill this out with you. And we are going to say this is a female and make up a social and a street address and a city and we are in the United States. Is this a full-time employee, part-time, variable hour, seasonal, contractor, etc.? This is important to add all of your employees here. This helps us determine what type of COBRA your company qualifies for, FMLA, PCORI, ACA filing, all that stuff. It's important for us to know who's within your organization and not just load employees that are benefit eligible. Active employees here. Is it terminated active? Of course, if it's a new hire, it's going to be active. Scheduled, number of hours worked. We're just going to pretend this is a full-time employee and that they started May 2nd. I am going to enter in an email address here as and we are going to go over what that email is going to look like. We're going to just say 50,000 for a salary, and they get paid weekly. Okay, add employee. It'll take you immediately to the employee's profile. You're viewing this as the administrator. And personal details, you can also click on dependents. You can add a dependent here for the employee, but most of the time it's best to have the employee do this part when they log in. Next, you'll go into the login tab because we want to send the employee their login information. So their login information is going to be their email, and their first login, they are going to create their own password. So we're going to actions, and you'll see two options, which is reset password or send login. And this time we are going to send login, but for future reference, just know that if an employee comes to you later and says that they forgot their password, you can reset that here. But for right now, we're going to go to send login. We're going to go to the ease employee login template. We're going to say this is from you, so you would type your name and who is this coming from. So we're just going to say HR department. I always like to have the HR person put HR department in the title, in their name. Perhaps someone else in your HR department hired this person. Perhaps they don't know you specifically, or you can just remind them, and that way they know it's important. And I also like to put action required, so they know that they need to take action with this email. And I'll say welcome. It has your name or your HR manager's name has added you to ease. This helps us manage your benefits and other important HR related tasks, or you can put something more personal in here and create your own template, but we'll use this for now. So now it just sent. It's sent to my new hire, and my new hire, their next step is to log in themselves, and we're going to go over that together. All right, so I went to my inbox and I opened up my ease email, and this is what it will look like. They will be clicking on this button here. It will take them to the ease account. Here it says my company name. It will say your company name, and they will enter in their email and come up with their own password. So now that they're in, this is showing the administrator view because I'm listed as an administrator, but I'm going to show you how to get in here and look at this from the employee's perspective. So I clicked on the employee's name. We go to the tab called Benefits and say under this blue Actions button, we go to View as Employee. And this is the view that the employee is going to have. Let me fix this here. This is the employee's view. So under option 1, they've got profile. They can update their profile. They can enter in their dependents information, click continue. They can enter in their Medicare information if they have Medicare. And here under benefits, they're going to start with medical first, click enroll, dental, click enroll, and vision, this is clicked enroll, and it will break down what their cost per pay period is. And this employee is bi-weekly. So they will click continue, and they will be brought all the way to the end. Do they have continuation of other coverage? So if they have two plans at the same time, they ask for this information. Number 6 is health. So if any of your plans require a health questionnaire, that will be entered here. That is not the case with this demo company. And then their summary, and they'll be prompted to sign. Now, if you are enrolling someone and you've gone through these steps, you have not collected a signature. If they do it on their own, they can sign online, so the signature is there. However, sometimes there's a bottleneck in getting the employee to go on to the website. So if the employee is not enrolling through the website and you've done it for them manually on the website, you're going to want to go to Actions and download their enrollment forms. So you click on Enrollment Form, and that is being generated under your Reports summary. So we're going to go here to Reports, the Reports tab, and we're going to click on Me Smith because that's the employee that we looked up. And we are going to save this under Demo, and that is being saved, that bundle of forms is being saved as a zip file on my computer. So I'm going to show you what those forms look like. All right, so we have downloaded the forms and saved them on our computer, and they are going to look like this. It's a zip file, so it looks like a manila folder with a zipper through it. So we're going to want to extract all. You right click on the folder, hit extract all, and this will pop up. It will say, do you want to save it in the same destination? Just hit extract, and that will start extracting. It may take a couple of seconds to complete, and once completed, it will show all 3 applications this group had: Blue Shield, Guardian, and BSP. So let's go ahead and open the Blue Shield form here. You can see all the information is already filled out for this employee, and you can see that if they were to fill this out by hand, they have to put their name and their social on every single page, and that gets missed quite often. And also the group number oftentimes gets missed, and the group name, so applications get lost that way. So this eliminates that possible error where the group number and the group name doesn't get filled out and it's clearly written. Sometimes handwritten is difficult to read or doesn't come through in the email and scanning process very well. So with all that said, this is completed. The only thing missing in this situation, because the employee did not log on themselves and go through the signature process, is the signature. So you would print this, have the employee sign, keep it for your records, and submit it. Another thing here to keep in mind is that all of these applications, regardless of the employee that you download, are all going to have the same name. So I always like to come in here and rename it according to the employee as well as the effective date. So just go in there, rename it. That way when you're emailing these forms around or you're discussing these forms with your team, you know exactly who this application belongs to. And now we're back to our administrative demo site. So we went over profile, we went over employees and how to add an employees under this blue button here, actions. And if you click on benefits, you can see all of your benefit plans listed here. Now, if you want to access a benefit summary or an application, something like that, that is available with ease in this area. And I'll show you how to do that. So for example, an employee emails you and wants a copy of their SBC or a summary of benefits. You can, for their medical plan, we're going to click on this medical link here, the plan name. We're going to go to Documents, and the summary of benefits are listed here. The blank applications, if you want to just have a blank application on hand, be listed there as well. And you can download it or print it for your paper copies if you would like to do that. Rates are listed under the Rates tab. Oftentimes COBRA carriers want to be updated with this. So how I update them is I just hit print and print it to a PDF and mail that off to the COBRA administrator so that they have that accurate information, and it's all available here in ease in one place. So let's go back to plans, and you can do the same for dental, vision, and so on. Now under marketplace, this is where all of your marketplace options are available. And this is something that us as the broker has to enable. So if you're working with a COBRA administrator, we can tie those up into the system here. We can do Ease Connect, which is connecting your carrier feeds directly into the insurance company so you don't have to submit applications. We can add on HR compliance on your behalf. A lot of these do have costs associated with them, so keep that in mind. When we will be keeping that in mind when we talk to you and talk about the costs and the benefits. One that's really popular is here, payroll. So see payroll integration. So these are all the companies that can integrate payroll with your Ease system. So if you have Bamboo HR, ADP, Heartland, Paycor, or Paylocity, those can integrate with Ease. So the idea is that when you add a new hire, that information, and you've entered that into payroll, that information is then fed over to Ease so that you do not have to go through that new hire process and enter that in manually, because you've already entered it into payroll, and then you have to go over to Ease and enter it in a second time. The idea is to reduce double entry as much as possible and reduce your workload, use systems to reduce workload as much as possible. So if you can just enter it in once through your payroll system and have that automatically go into Ease, that's ideal. So let's go ahead and click on ADP here, and you can see that there is a setup fee, and there is also monthly costs associated with that, and there may be additional costs on ADP's side as well. So keep that all in mind when you're looking at this, and of course we're happy to help you in the transition or in the setup of these systems. Appreciate you going through this and taking the time to learn about how to make your systems more accurate and how to serve your employees better. And I'm going to wrap it up there. If you're a client, you can click down below, schedule a 30-minute call with Mel to go over anything that I talked about in today's video. If you're not a client, I do have a questionnaire down below that you need to fill out before we can hop on the phone together. And I look forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you next time.